Hello. Once again, good day. Into the 17th Sunday in Ordinary Time, July the 27th. My, how the summer is flying right along. We'll go right away to the gospel reading. A number of parables, very short little things. They're where he has sort of a model which he works with. The kingdom of heaven is like, and then he says what it's like. It's like a treasure, or it's like a merchant, or it's like a net, or it's like the head of a household. The first two work on the same sort of theme. Person that sells all he or she has, which I think means gives his very self over to the will of God. Sell everything we have to give ourselves, to sell our very selves to the will of God, to attain something that is a treasure, a pearl of fine price. That's heaven. In the third little parable, it's the net that's thrown out, and it collects a lot of junk, and it collects things that are good, fish that are good. The garbage, the junk, is all burned up. What is good is treated as valuable. What is good here is those who have become holy. What's the garbage? Those who have not, who have let life go by and frittered it away. And he says about them, they will be thrown into the fiery furnace. In other words, they'll be burned up because they're worthless. Then in the very last one, he talks about the kingdom of heaven is like the head of a household, who brings from the storeroom both the new and the old. In other words, he works with whatever he has, so that there's going to be a good life for the people that are in his home. A good life. That's really what Solomon is asking for, that he's given the gift of making the right choices, making the right decisions, so that the people of Israel will have a good life. We are making the right decisions about our own lives, helping out others around us, so that we will someday have the good life, which is heaven. In the epistle reading, there's so much right here. We know that all things work for good for those who love God. There's a deep sense of faith on the part of Paul that if you love God, of course, if you love God's will, if you love God, you'll also love God's will, that everything's going to work out fine. What's that working out fine? Going to heaven. For those he foreknew, he also predestined to be conformed to the image of his Son. What does it mean to be conformed to the image of his Son? To be holy. That everything will work for the good, will work for us to be a holy people. And those he predestined, he also called. My understanding of predestined means that he has a dream for us, as any father or mother for their children has a dream that their children will be wonderful baseball players or ballerinas or magnificent scholars or wonderful play an instrument in the band wonderfully, will earn a magnificent salary, have a good job. That the Lord, our Father, has a dream for us. And that dream is really that we are to be a holy people. We are called, as in the scriptures when Jesus calls his apostles, says, "Come, follow me." We are justified, graced. He works with us to achieve holiness. We are glorified. When we have achieved holiness, gives us a share in God's glory. May the wondrous God be working with us each and every day, so that we might get that treasure, that fine pearl, which is heaven, which is holiness, which is to be with the saints in heaven forever, enjoying the glory of the Lord, joining in Him with all the angels.